Let us evaluate the triple integral. We have z is a variable which is written innermost. It has the limits which is represented in the innermost integral, that is z ranges from 0 to root of 1 minus x square minus y square. The next variable is y, which has the limits starting from 0 to root of 1 minus x square. The last variable x has the limits of the outer integral, which is 0 to 1. Since we have to carry out integration with respect to that variable which has limits which are non-constant as well as function of two variables, here we have to carry out integration with respect to z first. After that, we will have to select the variable y for carrying out the integration, because y has its upper limit which is in terms of function of one variable. And finally, we will carry out the integration with respect to x, because x has both limits which are constant values. When we carry out integration with respect to z, we will treat y and x as constants. We are familiar with this rule of integration. Integral dx upon root of a square minus x square equals sine inverse x by a, where x is the variable and a is a constant. Here, when you carry out integration for this integrand with respect to z, we will have 1 minus x square minus y square. In the denominator will be constant and z will only be the variable, because we are carrying out integration with respect to z, treating y and x as constants. Therefore, integration of this expression with respect to z will give us sine inverse z divided by root of 1 minus x square minus y square. Just like we have x is the variable here, which is written as the numerator, here in this expression z is the only variable. The remaining constant terms will have to be written as the denominator. We have root of 1 minus x square minus y square is the constant term which is written as the denominator. Here we have sine inverse of square root of variable divided by square root of constant term. Similarly, when you perform integration here, we have square root of variable which is square root of z square will be z which appears as the numerator, and square root of constants will be root of 1 minus x square minus y square, which appears as the denominator. We have carried out integration with respect to z. Now we have to give upper and lower limits corresponding to z, which are 0 and root of 1 minus x square minus y square respectively. Once we give upper and lower limit, we obtain terms sine inverse 1 minus sine inverse 0. We have sine inverse 0 equals 0 and sine inverse 1 equals pi by 2. We can take pi by 2 outside the process of integration because it's just a constant. Now we have to carry out integration with respect to y. Because y is the next variable which has non-constant limit, integral dy will give us y, and to this y we have to give upper and lower limits. Notice that when you carry out integration with respect to y, we will treat x as a constant. Upper limit application minus lower limit application here will give us the integrand root of 1 minus x square, which has to be integrated with respect to x. We have the formula integral root of a square minus x square into dx equals x by 2 root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by a. This formula, when applied over here, taking a equals 1, we will get this expression, to which we have to give upper and lower limits of x. For this term, when you give x equals 0, which is the lower limit of x, this term becomes 0. When you give the upper limit x equals 1, again we will have this term becoming 0. Therefore, this is the only term which will give us non-zero answer on application of upper and lower limits of x. Since we have sine inverse 0 equals 0, this term also becomes 0 when you give x equals 0, which is the lower limit. When you give the upper limit of x, that is when you give x equals 1, here in this expression it becomes 1 by 2 times sine inverse 1, which becomes 1 by 2 times pi by 2. Thus we obtain the triple integral takes the value pi by 2 times 1 by 2 multiplied to pi by 2, which becomes pi square by 8.